Welcome to Comunty Podcast. Lay back, relax, and enjoy tonight's episode. Hi and welcome to Community Podcast, brought to you by
Doga
and Sabrina. And tonight we're going to speak about the nightlife in Wageningen. So I would like to start by asking you, Doa, where do you go out when you go out in Wageningen?
That's actually a difficult question because I believe every week and every weekend places we go out change because there's not one consistent place that hosts good parties all the time. It's always different student houses or different students trying to organize things.
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, but you've been here much longer than me, so why don't you tell me, where do you go out?
Yeah, so back in the days, 5 years ago, it also used to be all these different student housings, but it was much more broad. So like nowadays, I feel like it's maybe the three same places that people are throwing parties, while back in the days, it was like everywhere in Wageningen.
And what are those three main places, in your opinion?
If I remember correctly, Dijkracht was one of them. And I think stuff still goes on there, but like it was much bigger. Like the corridors would be full, like full. The police would always show up. And then Nano was a big thing back in the day. Especially it was called the Boom Hut. And then there was like the tree house. So if you go there, you can see like this tree house. I don't know how to explain it correctly, but you'll see it. It's like
and
a
the
tower.
Parties were in the tree house.
Yeah, so all over the Nano, actually, like when you enter, it's just the whole thing that was a party. So like that would be probably hundreds of students.
Crazy.
So those two, and then the last one, yeah, I don't know. I think ICA was also like a thing back in the days. Like,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, ICA was definitely a big thing also back in the days, and it still is nowadays. The only thing is that it has a reputation.
Yeah, I think so. Like I've been here now for 1 year, 2 years, and I've never heard good things, or I've never experienced the good things that on Fridays, at least, when they host their own nights. So it's interesting for me to hear that like 3-4 years ago it was a different vibe and it had a different reputation.
It used to be like maybe that you go with your whole gang of friends, so like together you would make a nice vibe.
Okay. Fair.
And also, I don't think DJing was as spread out as it is now, so it really used to just be Spotify playlist.
Yeah, fair. Okay.
Like it was
Okay.
mostly just a venue. Like that was it. A venue, you go, you bring your friends, and you play whatever songs you want.
And how do you feel about the venue? Because I think like if you just look at it from the outside, I think it's quite nice. Like it's outside the residential area. You don't disturb anyone with the voice. The size is quite okay for a city like this.
Yeah, I super agree with that. Also, I kind of like the rundown look of it.
Yeah, I
Especially
definitely
like
agree.
it's a shed, you know, like
Yeah.
it just looks disgusting. It's
Looks like
super
a barn,
amazing.
in my opinion.
Yeah,
like.
yeah, exactly. And then also it's a nice area, like it's a nice place, like just in terms of size also, because it's not too big and it's not
Yeah.
too small. It's just that it's not very well taken care of.
Indeed.
That's the only problem. Like they have a second floor and nobody's ever seen the second floor.
I didn't
you
even know there was a second floor.
Yeah,
Like-
it's insane, right?
Yeah.
You're listening to Community Podcast.
Community Podcast.
Community Podcast.
And the next song we're gonna play, the 4th of March, 1994, by Pedala.
Some Italian.
Dice che era un bell'uomo e veniva dal mare. Parlava un'altra lingua, però sapeva amare. E quel giorno lui prese a mia madre sopra un bel prato. L'ora più dolce prima d'essere ammazzato. Così lei restò sola nella stanza, la stanza sul porto, con l'unico vestito ogni giorno più corto. E benché non sapesse il nome e neppure il paese, m'aspettò come un dono d'amore fino dal primo mese. Compiva 16 anni quel giorno la mia mamma. Le strofe di taverna le cantò a Nina Nanna. E stringendomi al petto che sapeva di mare, giocava a far la donna con il bimbo da fasciare. E forse fu per gioco o forse per amore che mi volle chiamare come nostro Signore. Della sua breve vita il ricordo più grosso è tutto in questo nome che io mi porto addosso. E ancora adesso che gioco a carte e bevo vino, per la gente del porto mi chiamo Gesù bambino. E ancora adesso che gioco a carte e bevo vino, per la gente del porto mi chiamo Gesù bambino. E ancora adesso che gioco a carte e bevo vino, per la gente del porto mi chiamo Gesù bambino.
And welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the little vacation you had to Italy. So we would like to continue discussing a bit about other venues that might be in Wageningen. Like, okay, we talked about the student housings and ICA, but I mean, there's more, no?
Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking. I was thinking, what is my go-to place on a weekend, or who do I ask what's happening on a weekend? And I wanted to ask that to you as well, because I cannot really think of anything. Like, you ask around to your friends, etc. But what is like one place that you think probably has something going on?
I see. Those are good questions. Because if I was going to go out just not knowing where there would be something, I mean, the first place we're all going to think about is Droeve.
Yeah.
And to the people who don't know what Droeve is, it's Droevendal. It's a student housing complex where they probably also throw parties every weekend. And it's one of the nice places because you actually have space to be inside and outside.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of talented individuals who will DJ for you.
Yeah, and I think they offer a wide variety of things going on as well. Like every weekend you expect something else, I guess.
Yes, that's true. Also, because sometimes they have these festivals or like they would do like a specific theme of like, let's say, dub and reggae. And then they would do this whole like outside in the summers.
Yeah.
Like with booths and people doing other creative stuff. So that's pretty great.
But indeed, I think it's just that they're not very accessible to other people as well.
You're listening to Community Podcast.
Community Podcast.
Community Podcast.
I'm trying my best to focus here.
Don't scream, Sabrina. I think we're raping their ear if we scream into the mic. No?
Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, where were we at? I forgot it. I lost it for a sec. Our technicians here were like screaming in our ears. Yeah, we were at Droevendal, but
Yes.
what specific?
It was. I was saying there's a wide variety of events that are happening, but it's not that accessible to people as well. I guess if you don't know anyone that lives there, you're not really up to date with what's happened.
I think
what
that's the
goes on.
general problem of Wageningen, that you don't have anywhere you go or anyone who would tell you like, oh, each week there's this.
Yeah.
And it's not, okay, sometimes, of course, it's not for everyone because there can be private student parties, but sometimes it's like an open party and you want people to come, but nobody knows it. And so they don't go.
Or nobody knows it. And also, like, if you are an organizer yourself, you don't really have a place to promote it.
Agreed. And that's why we would like to self-promote a little bit. Because on our Instagram, community-podcast, we're going to present to you what goes on in Wageningen each week. So give us a follow and a like and... Sorry. All right. Anyways, so if you like it and you would like to like our posts, you should go to Instagram and check us out. From there. Next up is Cardi B, I Like It.
I like diamonds, I like stunning, I like shining, I like $1 million deals. Where's my pen? Bitch, I'm signing. I like those Balenciagas, the ones that look like socks. I like going to the Tula, I put rocks all in my watch. I like texts from my exes when they want a second chance. I like proving niggas wrong, I do what they say I can't. They call me Cardi, banging body, spicy mommy, hot tamale, hotter than a Somali. Virgo, Ferrari, hop up the stoop, jump in the coupe. Big dip on top of the roof, flexing on bitches as hard as I can. Eating halal, driving a lamb. So that bitch, I'm sorry though. Got my coins like Mario. Yeah, they call me Cardi B. I run this shit like cardio. I'm in district in the chain. Certified, you know I'm gang. Drop the top and blow the brand. Oh, he's so handsome, what's his name? I need the dollars to change. Beat it up like piñata. Tell the job to close the curtains. That bitch make you nervous.
Chambean, pero no jalan. Tú compras todas las Jolambo, a mí me las regalan. I spend in the club, what you have in the bank. This is the new religion bank, el Latino gang. Yeah, está toda servieta, pero es que en el closet tengo mucha grasa. Ya mudé la Gucci pa' dentro de casa, yeah. Cabrón, a ti no te conocen ni en plaza. El diablo me llama, pero Jesucristo me abraza. Guerrero como Eddie, que viva la raza, yeah. Me gustan boricua, me gustan cubana. Me gusta el acento de la colombiana. Como me ve el culo la dominicana. Lo rico que me chinga la venezolana. Andamos activos, perico, pim, pim. Billetes de 100 en el maletín. Que retumbe el bajo y Valentín, yeah. Aquí prohibido amar, dile charitín. Que per pico le tengo claritín. Yo llego a la disco y se forma el motín.
Diamond District in the chain. Certified, you know I'm gang. Drop the top and blow the brand. Oh, he's so handsome, what's his name? I need the dollars to change. Beat it up like piñata. Tell the job to close the curtains. That bitch make you nervous.
Como Celia Cruz tengo el azúcar. Tú que va medio y se fue de pecho como Ginny Luca. Te vamos a tumbar la peluca y arranca pa'l carajo, cabrón, que a ti no te va a pasar la boca. Mi tele y Valenciaga me reciben en la entrada.
All right. So we talked a bit about what we like in Wageningen, about where we go out and stuff like this, but what don't you like about Wageningen's nightlife? Like, is there something that every time consecutively you think, oh my God, I just don't like this about Wageningen?
I just, personally, for me, if I'm going out and if I'm like stealing from my hours of sleeping, I like that place or that thing I'm doing to be worth it. And for me, it is worth it if I'm surrounded by my friends and I'm like having a good time. But I've also been to a lot of disappointing things. And I think it's also quite hard to predict what it's going to disappoint you and what you're going to enjoy.
So, but let's go into this disappointment. When is it that you know, okay, like it's probably going to be a disappointment? Is it because you don't know enough about the event, or is it because you don't have enough friends going with you, or is it the place, like the venue itself?
I think it's the place or also the organizers as well. So it goes a bit both ways. And also if you don't know anyone going, this could be good and bad in my opinion, because recently I've experienced that there's a lot of events happening that a lot of people know about, which get incredibly full and busy because that's the only thing that's happening that weekend. Like a few weeks ago, there was a Greek party, which apparently had a queue outside of like Greek and non-Greek people. And I think the only reason for that was because there was nothing else happening for people to go to.
I see. I see. That's a fair point. That's definitely something that we need in Wageningen, is to understand what event there is. And then is it something you even want to go to, or are you just making an excuse for yourself to go out, you know?
And I think a lot of people go out just to go out. Like, they don't really care.
That's part of
what's
student life,
going
probably.
on. Yeah, exactly.
All right. So next up is, you have to give me like names that I can pronounce.
You're listening to Community Podcast.
Community Podcast.
Community Podcast.
Perché piangi Palermo? By
Daveliana.
Daveliana.
Another Italian vacation song.
Let's go to Italy.
Bello. Che stai facendo?
Notte.
Cosa c'è, amore?
Dance.
Una notte a Palermo. Non capisco perché piangi. Sono innamorato. Ma l'importante è ballare, ridere e fare l'amore.
Ridere. La festa.
Hello, hello.
All right, welcome back. And in the studio, we have Enrico visiting us here.
Hello, everyone.
Or maybe we should call you by your artist name, Enrisk.
Yes.
So you're an artist, musician, whatever you want to call it here in Wageningen. And we would actually like to hear about your experience as a musician, but also as someone who goes out in Wageningen. Is there something like specific venue that you go to or that you like to play at?
There is not a specific venue that I like the most. To be honest, I really like the basement in Nano. But for the rest, usually I go when I know that a friend of mine is playing or when I know who is gonna play. So I don't have any venue which I know is gonna play every Friday, every Saturday, good music, but I know that.
All right, so it's much more like your friends based, or like if you know, okay, this is specific thing is happening. So again, there's not really any nightlife as such in Wageningen. It's much.
No, I will describe the nightlife in Wageningen really random.
Okay.
In a sense that maybe for 2 weeks nothing is gonna happen, or at least nothing good that I like, music-wise or party-wise. But then for the other 2 consecutive weeks, something really pretty and exciting is gonna happen.
All right, but maybe that goes with the kind of schedule of the students in Wageningen. Could you think that that's why, or is it just because there's not enough initiative to kind of keep going every weekend?
I think the university schedule for sure play a role in that. Also because for myself as well, when I plan something, I usually check my uni schedule, and we all have the same periods and they all exam dates. So when it's exam date, usually we plan to not have any activity going on, but we rather focus on studies, and that's kind of a bit for everyone. But then you can, of course, find the exciting students who are willing to party instead of studying. So you can still find something.
All right. That makes sense. But then when you go out, do you also like bring your friends, or is it open parties? Is it closed parties? Like, is it something that's very private, or would you say it's like very welcoming to others as well?
Usually they're pretty open party. I never felt like I could not bring my friends because they will not fit the vibe, and that's something nice about it, about Wageningen. I've never been to Dutch student parties, so I don't know. So I don't know how much that works. But yeah, for the rest of the parties, I always felt like safe and open to everyone.
I have a question. Like, is it something you crave to have, like, kind of a routine place to go to, or like a routine place to check out what's happening in, or it's nice to have this randomness and this spontaneousness of nightlife in Wageningen?
For me, I like the randomness because I kind of live in this way. When I always do the same thing, I usually get bored. But I believe that in Wageningen, it's a bit too random in a sense that you never build a base of party, music, whatever you're looking for, so that it's a bit too...
Yeah, scattered. Like you don't really know what's out there, which is kind of nice, but at the same time, it can kind of also make you frustrated because one weekend maybe you do have the time and you want to go out, but there's nothing.
I think it can also demotivate you a lot to go out and to do things as well, because you cannot rely on it. You cannot you cannot plan. Some people like spontaneity and some people don't.
Yeah, and usually about a party few days in advance. So
yeah, that's tough if you have something else going on.
You're listening to Community Podcast. Community Podcast. Community Podcast. Community Podcast.
And you need to be really active socially to know about those parties, because otherwise no one is going to tell you.
That's also
so
very
you
true.
have to be around, you have to go out, you have to be in uni, you have to go to the library, you have to go to the cafeteria. And then you find out about where and what is going to happen. But otherwise, if you're at home studying for the week.
Yeah, and I think if you're someone that does not socialize a lot and then you want to change that and you want to start socializing, until you get into those people and those circles, it's hard for you to just jump right into it. And then you hear a lot of people saying there's nothing going on, there's nothing happening, it's really boring in this city.
Indeed.
Yeah, but actually I believe that Wageningen on that aspect is kind of open and welcoming, in a sense that sometimes I hear people that I don't expect knowing, for example, about Druv parties or other kind of parties. Definitely. That I'm like, wow, how do you know? I didn't expect that from you. But that's nice also.
All right. Next song up is Oli by John Coltrane's. Bam. Okay, so we're back again with Enrico and Doa and Sabrina. So I would like to ask you guys what you really don't like about Wageningen's nightlife. Like, what is it that's like, oh no, I hate it? Or like, there must be something that's always on your mind when you think about going out, you know?
The music.
Oh, okay. That's pretty
That
big.
was fast as well. Like, he didn't even think about it.
I think it's the answer is the music. Because the crowd is actually kind of nice, or at least it used to be really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I believe now the crowd is kind of dead because of the music as well.
So when you say music, what do you mean by that?
Whatever they play at parties they organize, I really don't like the kind of style they bring. At least doesn't match my energy and it doesn't match what I want to dance on.
Okay, but do you think maybe there are people who wants to, like, there's maybe a division between like this genre that people want to play and then how good they also are at playing it? Because sometimes, you know, you can still move to something even if it's not your preferred genre, but the people are just not the best at it maybe?
Yeah, that as well. Let's say that the DJs most of the time are not don't practice at home that much. So it's really just for fun console playing. And that also bring a bit down the vibe and the overall energy of the people, I think.
You're listening to Community Podcast.
Community Podcast.
Community Podcast.
But I also believe with the right place and the right people, you can dance and mingle and have fun to anything that is playing in the background. So
yeah,
I
especially if you're drunk.
All right, but then what do you really like about Wageningen's nightlife then on the other hand?
What do I really like? What do I really like is the variety. Every time you go to a party, you don't know what to expect. You don't know who you're going to see, what kind of people you're going to see. So the crowd, every time you go there and you meet someone that is really interesting and that even though Wageningen is really small, most of the time you can find someone who you don't actually know and who you've never seen around, who has something to tell you, some interesting characters. And
also maybe to have like 1-2 things happening on every weekend keeps it in a sense that you see your friends that maybe you don't get to see during the week because you're rushing around because, well, everyone ends up going to the same place at the end because that's one of the only things that is happening. So also has its benefits, like you run into people you see and catch up with your friends as well.
So, Ando, what was your really disliking about Wageningen's nightlife?
I don't think I can pinpoint a really dislike, but I think for me it was that some places are just don't feel like it's worth my time to spend out.
Right,
I would rather maybe be home than to kind of waste my time in a shitty place.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you, Sabri?
Yeah, for me, I think it's kind of the same. It's more, I have to really think about, is it worth my time or not? Because I work most weekends. So it's also like, do I really want to not sleep for this? Or do I, kind of want to go out? So I make sure that I have my friends going with me. So at least, as you say, I'm going to be social with my friends.
Exactly.
And then also like, I would like to know it's a good event in some case. Like, okay, do I know anyone who's playing or a genre, or like, is it some kind of theme party, like something going on?
Or are people excited about it as well, like
Exactly.
overall and in general? Yeah.
So for me, it's really, I've reached a point like I'm not a fresh student, you know, so I'm not just going for everything. It's really, I go for a purpose.
Yeah,
but most of the time my purpose is just socializing.
You're listening to Community Podcast.
Community Podcast.
Community Podcast.
Nice part about parties in Wageningen in a sense that you know the people who goes out, so you can kind of create a really nice circle of friends if you go out. And
actually, on the other hand, I just thought about it that sometimes it's also maybe nice to know that you can go out and it's not all people that you know. I think
definitely.
Right? Like you want to meet new people also sometimes. And this was, especially in the beginning, it was really nice that you just saw strangers all the time. And now, as we say, okay, we go with our friends and we see everyone we know. But sometimes it's nice also to go and...
But I think for that, you leave Wageningen and you go to the closest other big city.
Yeah, that's
to
true.
party. Yeah.
So I know that you two are very experts in going out of Wageningen to party, maybe. Maybe you can give people a few tips, like how do you manage to go out a whole weekend from Wageningen? Because it's pretty long. We don't have a train station here either, so it's kind of tiring. But like, how do you build up the courage and like, where do you go? Or like in that sense, how do you prepare for it?
I think you have to stop overthinking it and just do it. Especially if you're excited about an event, you're excited about the music, you're excited about the DJ you're going to see, you have to forget about the logistics of things and just go for it, really. It's not that long and it's not that big of a deal. We live in not that big of a country. Amsterdam is 1 hour and 22 minutes away with the bus and the train. You can take the last bus you can catch, be there around midnight, which is around the time when every party is kind of starting to get busy. And you stay till however long it's going, till 6 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. And then you take the first train back, which is around 6:30, 7, depending on which day you go out.
Yeah, you will be back at home around 9 a.m. So you need to be really looking forward to go out in Wageningen. But it's fun, or at least when I go out, I do it knowing where I'm going, who I'm going to listen, with who I'm going. So usually I'm really excited for it. I know that the next day on Sunday I'm gonna be dead in bed, but usually it's always worth it. And usually it's my favorite Sunday, just laying in bed, cooking, being in Wageningen.
Yeah, and also if you go there around midnight, you do 5-6 hours of partying, you take rests, and it's quite manageable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. So maybe actually it's kind of nice to have Wageningen nightlife sometimes, because you know that when you leave, you go for something. But when you're here, it's kind of like, it's okay, you know, like if you don't go, it's also fine. Like,
exactly. But it's also for me, if I go out consecutively to another city and there's something happening in Wageningen, it gets me excited to think that I can bike home in whatever hour I want and just go to sleep as well, which you don't get the luxury of if you go to another city.
Yeah.
I see.
But it's also nice. Sometimes I go to Amsterdam and I see people that I know from Wageningen who are also at the same party dancing under the DJ booth. Usually Wageningen people dance a lot. And usually in parties, even in Amsterdam, are the people who have the most fun out of it.
Yeah, so why don't we gather more people when we go to other big cities?
Or
and
why
to
don't
other
we gather those people in Wageningen?
See, yeah, that's the question, right? Like, but what do you guys think that's the problem, that like we don't really know, like, okay, we don't have a venue, right? Like we discussed this a bit with Doe in the beginning. What do you think, Henry? Like, do we have a venue? Do we have somewhere that we know, okay, we can always go out?
No, this is the problem. I also believe that the venue is the main
issue.
It's the main issue. Like we have student houses, but of course hosting a party at home is always, it's nice, it's fun. You can find really nice parties, but the next day if you hosted the party, it's a whole mess, and you need to put some effort to clean everything and tidy, and so you don't want to host parties every single weekend. So
You're listening to Community Podcast.
Community Podcast.
Community Podcast.
What about the like paying for a party? How do you like do that in Wageningen? Do you agree with this or not? Because sometimes students party, they want you to pay like €5 or 7 or sometimes even less. Like, is this something that you participate in? Like, do you think it's fair?
I think it is fair. I think if you go to other cities, the minimum amount you're going to pay these days are around 20-25 euros to go into a party. And we're not counting the fact that you need to rent a locker, which costs another 5 to 10 euros. And you need to get some drinks, which are not student prices. But I think we need to support the parties and the organizations that happen in this small city. And if they're asking for an amount from 3 to 5 euros of a small contribution, to help them organize more, because most of these places are not doing this for profit, I'm happy to give that money.
also, since they don't have the equipment or anything, so they really have to rent everything, so they have costs. So it's nice to support the people who actually put effort and time for
and are trying to do something.
Yeah, I definitely agree with this. I also think it's the fact that people sometimes don't know what this money goes to. you know, like as you say, like it's to rent the space or actually get some nice sound systems or like some techniques, some lights, whatever you want. And luckily we do have a nice like gather of people here who has a lot of skills and like can really provide a lot of things. But in the end, it's still people's time. And as you say, you have to clean after also, and you have to get stuff for that. And yeah, like maybe some decorations even people want to put up, and that really plays into having like a nice time, right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Anyways, next song is Ecco la notte by Dove Liana.
È nato ieri,
Sì,
il principe di Palermo.
un giorno ho conosciuto una ragazza.
Un'amica di Ottavia che ha ballato tutta la notte.
Ci sono case dove ci sentiamo bene,
Troppo bello.
troppo bene.
Tu senti? Troppo bello. Arriva. La notte più calda di Palermo.
Ah, aveva un bel sorriso e capelli corti.
Ci sono delle lenzuola. Troppo bello. Su alcuni letti. Che non cambi mai.
Mi piace guardare le ragazze quando si vestono.
Questa città è innamorata. Troppo bello.
Quanti anni fa che non hai fatto l'amore, tanti giorni, sono un naso, il tempo se ne va, come facciamo l'amore, per favore? Ora giochiamo agli amanti e cominciamo facendo l'amore. 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 Quanti anni fa che non hai fatto l'amore, tanti giorni, sono un naso, il tempo se ne va, come facciamo l'amore, per favore? Quanti anni fa che non hai fatto l'amore, tanti giorni, sono un naso, il tempo se ne va, come facciamo l'amore, per favore? Ora giochiamo agli amanti e cominciamo facendo l'amore. Ora giochiamo
All right, welcome back. So we've brought you a bit around in Wageningen's nightlife, and actually we're a community podcast brought to you by a few students in Wageningen, and we would like to dive into the arts and music scene with you for in the future. And we are Sabrina,
Doga,
Enrico.
And on Technics behind the scenes, we have Megan. And this is the team if you want to contact us and maybe discuss this topic with us, you can do so on Instagram.
Yes. So our socials are community-podcast, and that's community with COMUNTY. And you're hearing us now through the radio station RTV Rijnstreek. And thank you for tuning in with us.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. See you next time.
You're listening to Community Podcast.
Community Podcast.
Community Podcast.
Purple